It was September 15th, 2021, when the Santa Monica Wellness Building renovation crew began renovating the old building's basement level, and 52-year-old renovation manager Thomas Rivera's breath caught when he opened the sealed wall of the basement storage area beneath the old yoga studio. Behind the wall was a small storage area that didn't appear on any plans, and on the concrete floor lay a human skeleton still wearing faded purple yoga clothing, with a scattered yoga mat and meditation cushion beside it. Within hours, DNA would confirm what the Santa Monica, California community had feared for 20 years. They'd finally found Patricia Davis, the beloved 29-year-old yoga studio owner who vanished at the studio after her last class on Friday night. Her personal belongings were neatly arranged, client appointment book left open, weekend plans written on the calendar, as if she'd simply gone home. The truth was far darker. She'd been murdered and sealed in the basement storage by someone she trusted, someone whose special meditation technique she wanted to see, someone who'd continued managing the building for years using her memory. For 20 years, yoga students had taken classes in the studio directly above, never knowing their beloved teacher's body lay hidden beneath their feet. Criminal laboratory technicians examined organic materials and concrete samples found in the storage area, sweat traces, blood stains, hair strands, evidence that had been left exactly 20 years ago. A scan began in the California State Forensic DNA Database. The result was shocking. The DNA samples pointed to a name, Kevin Foster, building manager. There was another DNA on the area's walls, on concrete blocks, and on yoga equipment. Saliva traces, skin cells, sweat samples. The database gave results in 2.2 seconds. Kevin Foster, 65 years old, a man who had worked as building manager at Santa Monica Wellness Building for 26 years. DNA analyses, concrete samples, and organic materials inside the area pointed to a name Santa Monica had trusted for 20 years. Building manager Kevin Foster. Foster had joined Patricia's search teams, supported the Davis family's theory at meetings that maybe she moved to another city, maybe she left to open a new studio. He had given an interview on the local news channel, said Patricia was a great teacher. The building really missed her. We all missed her. Now police were asking him one question. How was Patricia's body lying in your building for 20 years with your DNA, Kevin? In the basement storage of Santa Monica Wellness Building, 6 meters below the old yoga studio, behind the sealed wall, Patricia Davis's skeletal remains were found. 29 years old, a young entrepreneur dreaming of owning her own yoga studio chain and coaching people on mental peace. Silenced because the building manager wanted to show her a special Kundalini meditation technique. Thomas Rivera was an experienced renovation manager at 52 years old. He had been working on commercial building renovations throughout California and surrounding areas for 27 years. He had served on dozens of wellness center, yoga studio, and holistic health building projects. Santa Monica Wellness Building had opened in 1982 and had been serving the community for 39 years. The 3-story building housed yoga studios, massage therapy rooms, meditation spaces, and holistic health clinics. It was Santa Monica's most recognized wellness center. But by 2021, the building needed serious renovation. The electrical system was outdated. Plumbing was problematic. The basement had moisture issues. New owners launched a complete renovation project. Rivera and his 19-person crew started work on September 10th, 2021. A 12-week project was expected. On Wednesday afternoon, September 15th, 2021, Rivera and his crew were working in the building's basement level. The plan was to clear old storage areas and install a modern climate control system. At 4:17 p.m., the crew reached the wall section of the basement storage beneath the old yoga studio. The wall was made of thick concrete, approximately 12 inches thick. According to architectural plans, there should only be empty space behind this wall. Rivera began hitting the wall with a sledgehammer. First strike, the concrete cracked slightly. Second strike, the crack widened. Third strike, a hole formed. Rivera shined his light through the hole. What he saw froze his blood. A small area, about 5 feet wide, 6 feet long, and on the floor, a skeleton. Purple yoga clothing, yoga mat, meditation cushion. Rivera backed away, his heart racing. He called to his crew. Everyone step back. I'm calling the police, now. The Santa Monica Police Department arrived at the scene at 4:43 p.m. 2 patrol cars came first, followed by Detective Lisa Martinez's unmarked vehicle. Martinez was 48 years old, had been a cop for 23 years, and had been working in the cold case unit for the last 11 years. She knew California's coastal towns very well. She had seen how missing persons cases devastated families. Forensic teams meticulously examined the sealed area. Crime scene technicians photographed from every angle, measured distances, collected samples from every surface. The skeleton was lying on its back, arms stretched to the sides, legs straight. There was blunt trauma to the right back of the skull. A single powerful impact point with a heavy, blunt object. Clothing remnants were faded purple yoga leggings and tank top, worn shoes. Next to the skeleton were a yoga mat, meditation cushion, and a small water bottle. A silver bracelet on the left wrist was engraved with the letters PD. A yoga instructor, Martinez said quietly. She had a studio here. We need to check the entire history of this building and missing person cases from the last 30 years. Santa Monica Wellness Building records were meticulously reviewed by Martinez and her team over the following hours. The building had housed dozens of wellness professionals for decades. In the files, there was one significant missing person case from 2001. Patricia Davis, 29 years old, yoga studio owner, disappeared under mysterious circumstances on Friday, October 26, 2001. Martinez opened the thick 2001 case file that had been stored in archives for 20 years. Detective James Wilson had conducted the comprehensive original investigation at that time. Wilson was now 69 years old and retired. Martinez called him that evening. Patricia Davis, Wilson said slowly. I never forgot that case. She was a wonderful young woman. Her students loved her very much. Kind, patient, someone who really loved helping people. She disappeared after her last class on Friday night. We searched for months. We found no trace. Were there any suspicious individuals at the time? Martinez asked. Wilson paused. The building manager, Kevin Foster. He was very concerned, cooperative. There was nothing suspicious at that time. He was a quiet man, had been managing the building for about 6 years at that point. DNA comparison was immediately conducted at the California State Police Forensic Laboratory. Patricia's mother, Margaret Davis, 68 years old, still lived in Santa Monica, just 2 miles from the building. A reference DNA sample was collected. Margaret's hands were shaking. A week later, the result came. Definite match. The skeleton was Patricia Ann Davis. Patricia Ann Davis was born on August 8, 1972 in Los Angeles. Her mother, Margaret Davis, was a 32-year-old teacher. Her father, William Davis, was an architect engineer. Patricia was the Davis family's only child. She grew up in Santa Monica. As a child, Patricia was introverted, quiet, but kind. At 16, she attended her first yoga class. Her life changed. Yoga gave her peace, gave her confidence. At 18, she decided to get yoga teacher certification. She studied psychology at UCLA. At 22, she got certified as a yoga instructor. She worked at various studios. She saved money. At 27, she opened her own yoga studio at Santa Monica Wellness Building. In fall 2001, Patricia was 29 years old and had dreams. She wanted to grow her studio, maybe open a few locations, organize yoga retreat programs, give her students not just yoga, but life coaching. Patricia's closest friends were Rachel Thompson and Jessica Martinez. The three would do yoga together, meditate together. Patricia was happy. But there was something Patricia didn't know. Building manager Kevin Foster was watching her. Kevin Edward Foster was born in California in 1956. His family was working class. His father was a repairman. His mother worked in a store. Kevin finished high school, but didn't go to college. He worked various jobs: construction worker, security guard, maintenance worker. In 1995, he started as a maintenance worker at Santa Monica Wellness Building. In 1998, he was promoted to building manager. Kevin was a quiet, lonely man. He had a brief relationship at 49, but never married. He had no children. He lived alone in a small apartment near the building. He loved his job but didn't like people, especially young women. He would watch them but never approach. In summer 2001, Kevin noticed Patricia. She would come every day, teach classes. Kevin would watch her. Patricia was beautiful, calm, peaceful. Kevin became obsessed with her. Every day he would wait for Patricia to come. He knew which classes she taught. He knew when she took breaks. He knew when she was alone. Friday, October 26th, 2001 was a beautiful fall day in Santa Monica. The weather was mild, sunny. Patricia woke at 9 a.m. as usual. She had afternoon and evening classes. She put on her yoga clothes, tied her hair in a bun, prepared her yoga mat. Margaret was making breakfast. "Good morning, sweetheart," said Margaret. "Good morning, Mom." Patricia drank green tea, ate fruit. At 10:30 a.m., she arrived at the studio. From 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., Vinyasa yoga class. 1 o'clock to 2:30 p.m., Hatha yoga class. 3 o'clock to 4:30 p.m., meditation session. Evening 6 o'clock to 7:30 p.m., yin yoga class. 8 o'clock to 9:30 p.m., last class, restorative yoga. At 9:30 p.m., the last class ended. Students went to the changing room, said goodbye. Patricia cleaned the studio, blew out candles, turned off music. At 10:15 p.m., she was alone. She gathered her personal belongings. She checked her appointment book. Saturday morning 9 a.m. private lesson. Sunday afternoon group class. She noted everything. Just as she was about to leave, Kevin Foster appeared at the studio door. "Patricia, I'm sorry to bother you, but I want to show you something. I'm thinking about a new meditation space in the basement. Quiet, isolated, could be perfect. Your opinion matters. Just 5 minutes." Patricia hesitated. "Now? I'm tired. I need to go home. It'll be very quick, I promise." Could really benefit your studio, Patricia thought. Kevin was the building manager, a trusted person. They had worked together for years. Okay, but it has to be very quick. Kevin led Patricia out of the studio, down the stairs, to the basement level. The area was dark, quiet. Patricia felt uncomfortable. "Where's the meditation space?" Kevin turned. "Actually, Patricia, there's no meditation space." Patricia's face changed. "What do you mean?" Kevin approached. "I've been watching you for years. Every day. You're special. You're calm, peaceful. I want to have you." Patricia backed away. "Kevin, what are you doing? I need to go home." Kevin's face changed. "No," he said. Patricia tried to run, but Kevin was faster. He caught her. Patricia screamed. Kevin put his hand over Patricia's mouth. There was a heavy metal pipe against the wall. Kevin grabbed it and struck Patricia's head. Patricia fell to the ground. Kevin backed away. He was out of breath. What had he done? Kevin looked around. No one was there. He dragged Patricia's body into the small storage area. Then he found concrete blocks, mortar to build a wall. He worked all night long. By 6 a.m., the wall was complete. Kevin went up to Patricia's studio. He left everything organized. He left the appointment book open. Then he left the building. Margaret Davis began to worry at 11:45 p.m. Patricia always came home at 11. Margaret called Patricia. The phone rang, but there was no answer. Margaret called again. Still no answer. At midnight, Margaret drove to the building. Patricia's car wasn't in the parking lot. Margaret went up to the studio. The door was locked. Margaret called Kevin Foster. Kevin arrived half an hour later. "Where's my daughter?" "Patricia Davis, studio owner." Kevin frowned. "I don't know. Her last class ended at 9:30. She probably went home. Her car isn't here. Is she in the studio?" "Let's check." Kevin opened the studio. It was empty, but everything was organized. The appointment book was there. Personal belongings were there. But Patricia wasn't there. Margaret called the police. The Santa Monica Police Department took the missing person report. Detective Wilson took the case. The building was searched. Patricia's studio was examined. Everything was normal. But Patricia wasn't there. Wilson questioned Kevin Foster. "Did you see Patricia?" "Yes, detective. I saw her giving her last class. It was at 9:30. Did you talk to her?" "No, I just said goodnight." "Did she seem normal?" "Yes, she was tired but fine." Wilson took notes. Kevin seemed calm. Days became weeks. Search teams scanned Santa Monica. The FBI joined. No trace was found. The case went cold. Years passed. Kevin Foster continued his life. Every year, a memorial service was held for Patricia. Kevin always attended. In 2021, when Thomas Rivera broke through that wall, everything changed. Detective Martinez worked with genetic genealogy specialist Dr. Rachel Wang. A DNA profile was created. 3 weeks later, a match came. Kevin Foster. October 2nd, 2021, 6 a.m. Martinez came to Kevin Foster's house. Kevin opened the door. He was 65 years old. "Kevin Foster, you're under arrest in connection with the murder of Patricia Davis." Kevin bowed his head. 20 years, he whispered. "At the station," Kevin confessed. He told everything about that Friday night. "Why?" Martinez asked. Kevin was silent. "I don't know. I wanted to have her, but I couldn't." The trial began in November 2021. Kevin was charged with first-degree murder. The jury decided guilty. The judge announced the sentence: life in prison. Margaret Davis spoke. "My daughter was 29 years old. Kevin Foster took her from me. He lied for 20 years. Santa Monica Wellness Building reopened. Patricia Davis, Memorial Yoga Studio." Bronze plaque. Patricia Ann Davis, 1972 to 2001. Her dreams were stolen, but her memory lives on. If this story moved you, please subscribe and hit the like button. Every subscription helps us continue investigating cold cases that families are still waiting to solve. Drop a comment telling us where you're watching from and which unsolved case you'd like us to cover.